All right, happy Saturday. Thank you all for joining me for a 90-minute yoga class. We're going to start with 5 rounds of sun salutations to warm up our body, and then we will hop into 26 and 2 yoga, 2 breathing exercises, 26 postures. If at any point something does not feel right for you, remember that you can modify. You can do something else, or you can always skip a posture or a part of class entirely. Yoga should be challenging, but we're also this is a nice space to like honor your own intentions, honor your body, really listen to your body. So you're never going to a point of pain, a point that could cause harm to yourself or others. For the sun salutes, we're going to do 2 rounds of half sun salutes and 3 rounds of full sun salutes. If the half salutes are speaking to you, just stick with those. You're going to come towards the top of your mat with your feet close together, arms down by your side. I'm going to stand back a bit and show you in periphery. If you'd like, you can take a moment and set an intention for your class. It's called a sankalpa in Sanskrit. It could also be a dedication. So if there's like, a person that could use a little extra love, you can kind of dedicate your practice to them. Or if there's an area of your life that you're working on, like being gentle with yourself or mental fortitude or whatever it is, you can set that intention and practice it through practicing this yoga sequence. Okay, bring your hands together at heart center, and we'll begin with 2 half sun salutes and 3 full sun salutes. As you inhale, lift your arms up overhead, look up as if you were saluting or greeting the sun. As you exhale, bend your knees, arms with yours, hold forward, hands to floor, relax your head. Inhale, lengthen into a halfway lift, hips over heels, back flat, shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, bend your knees and fold, relax your head. This is a half sun salute. Inhale, arms with your ears, hands together, lift up, look up. Exhale, hands down at heart center. We'll do 1 more of those. Inhale, lift your arms, look up. Slowly exhale, bend your knees, fold. Inhale, lengthen into a halfway lift. You can have your hands on your thighs, your shins, or the floor in front of you. Exhale, bend your knees, fold, relax your head. Inhale, reach your eyes, lift up, arms with ears, look up. Exhale, hands down at heart center. You can stay with that or do 3 full salutes. Inhale, lift your arms, look up. Slowly exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen, halfway lift. Exhale, bend your knees, put your hands on the floor, shoulder width distance, and step back into a high plank or tabletop position. On your next exhale, hug your elbows in and lower down halfway like you're pulling yourself down. Inhale, come up into a back bend. You can do cobra with elbows bent and thighs on the floor, or up dog with arms straight and thighs off the floor. Exhale, tuck your toes under, lift your hips up for down dog, and bend one knee, straighten the other, and then press your heels to the floor, hips to the ceiling, drop your head, look for your thighs behind you. Inhale, look forward, step forward, lengthen, halfway lift. Exhale, bend your knees, fold. Inhale, reach your eyes, lift up. Exhale, hands down. 2 more. Inhale, lift your arms, look up. Slowly exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step back into your high plank or tabletop. If that lower and down motion doesn't work for you, you can skip it and go into a child's pose or down dog. Otherwise, take a vinyasa. Imagine you're pulling yourself down. Inhale, come up into your back bend. You're doing up dog, thighs off the floor. Exhale, lift your hips up for down dog. And if down dog is not speaking to you today, come down onto your knees and take a child's pose instead. Sink your hips down as you reach your arms forward. If you are doing down dog, spread your fingers wide. Root down through all 28 knuckles, especially the space between your index finger and thumb. On your next inhale, look forward, step forward, lengthen, shoulders out of ears. Slowly exhale, bend your knees, fold, relax. Inhale, reach your eyes, lift up. Exhale, hands down. Last one. Inhale, lift your arms, look up. Exhale, bend your knees, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step back into your high plank or tabletop. Keep exhaling, lower down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog or child's pose. Now, if you're doing down dog, try to get your heels to the floor. If your heels are not touching the floor, try taking a wider stance. If you have tight hamstrings, knees can micro bend. Otherwise, think about pressing your legs back, lift your hips up, drop your head, look for your thighs behind you. Inhale, look forward, step forward, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise, lift up. Exhale, hands down. Wonderful. So that's our little warm up. We will now hop into 26 and 2 yoga. Come to the middle of your mat for pranayama, deep breathing, good for your lungs and respiratory system. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. All the time against the back of your throat, your nose and your mouth, they're just a passageway. Breathe as much as possible, as long as possible, as slow as possible. Don't forget to have fun. Bring your feet together, toes, heels touching nicely. Interlock your 10 fingers, cross your thumbs, and glue your knuckles underneath your chin. Rock your weight into your heels. Relax your shoulders down away from your ears. You made it to class. Concentrate, meditate, and begin. Inhale, chin down and arms up. Breathe in through your nose. Lift your elbows up, suck your stomach in, fill up your lungs. Exhale, head up, exhale through your mouth. HA, down, head back, arms forward, elbows touch. Good, inhale, elbows out and arms up. Slowly bring your chin down, look straight ahead, lift your elbows all the way up, breathe deep, full lungs. Exhale, head up, slowly push your head back. Look way, way, way back for the wall behind you, arms forward, elbows touch, pointing forward. Inhale, head down, use your chin to push your knuckles down. Nice little knuckle stretch, palms face the floor, forearms train the face. Exhale, head up, use your knuckles to push your head back. Squeeze your palms together, wrists together, forearms, elbows touch. Inhale, head down, breathe in through your nose, down through your throat to the very bottom of your lungs. Exhale, head up. As you exhale, open your mouth wide with your clogging up in the air on the ceiling. Look back, arms forward, elbows touch. Inhale, head down. Keep the weight in your heels. Thighs tight, glutes tight, stomach in. Exhale, head up. Weight stays in your heels, hips a little forward, hip muscles contracting, arms forward, elbows touch. Inhale, head down as you inhale. Suck your stomach in, depression to abdominal wall, contraction to abdominal muscles. Exhale, head up. Even as you exhale, stomach in. Shoulders down, elbows up, triceps parallel to the floor. Inhale, head down. Make this the deepest breath so far. Breathing into the top of the lungs, middle of the lungs, bottom of the lungs, full lungs. Exhale, head up. In our day-to-day life, we don't really use the full lung capacity, but the lungs need to be worked out like any other part of the body. Inhale, head down. This is the last breath. In the first set, make your spine a little longer, elbows a little higher, lungs a little fuller. Suck your stomach in, breathe deep, full lungs. Exhale, head up, take your time, eyes open, hips forward, legs locked, stomach in, keep exhaling, push, squeeze, elbows touch. Good, change, arms down, pull out your shoulders and head. Second set, feet together, interlock your fingers, switch the grip to the less dominant grip, other thumb, pinky finger on top. Keep the weight in your heels, hips forward, arms back, thighs tight, stomach in, and begin. Inhale, chin down, arms up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, full lungs. Exhale, head up for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, lungs empty, 1. Inhale, head down for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, elbows up, 6. Exhale, head up for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, elbows touch, 1. Inhale, head down. Use the full 6 seconds to move. Synchronize your breath with your body movement. Exhale, head up. Use the full 6 seconds to exhale. Go slow. Head back. Look back. Arms forward. Elbows touch. Inhale, head down to the breathing exercise. We're opening through the neck, shoulders, and chest. We're also working on lung capacity. Exhale, head up. This is great practice throughout class for connecting your breath to your body, right? You're moving your body to the pace of your breath, arms forward, elbows touch. Inhale, head down. And the breath is a really wonderful way to foster a mind-body connection. Breathe all the way into the bottom of your lungs. Exhale, head up, and then slowly with control, exhale. We're learning how to exhale slow as we move slow, look back, elbows touch. Inhale, head down. So we're not just working on lung capacity, we're working on lung control. Chin down, look straight ahead. Exhale, head up. This is also a little eyeball stretch. So without back bending, look for the wall behind you. Feel the eyes stretching, arms forward, elbows touch. Inhale, head down. Just the neck and arms are moving. Keep the shoulders down, chest proud, spine straight from the side. Exhale, head up. So just the head drops back, right? No backward bending. Look back, use your eyes, stretch your arms forward, keep exhaling, elbows touch. Inhale, head down, make this the deepest breath so far. Stomach in, chin down, elbows up, look straight ahead. Exhale, head up, make this the most relaxed exhale so far, right? Starting to let the day go, be here now, keep exhaling, elbows touch. Inhale, head down, this is the last breath. Second set, deepest breath of your life. When your lungs are totally full, surprise yourself, take in one more sip of air. Exhale, head up. Take your time, let everything go through the exhale breath. Any worries, any cares, let them go. Be here now, elbows touch. Good, change, arms down. We'll continue. Ardha Chandrasana with Padasana, halfway with hands to feet pose. Feet together, abdomen in, inhale, arms overhead, palms together, interlock fingers, release index fingers, cross thumbs, nice tight grip. Stretch up out of your waist and bend right and left, right and left. Every time you pass through the middle, stretch up a little taller. And when you can't stretch anymore, come to stop in the middle. Bring the weight into your heels. Press your hips a little forward so your hips and pelvis open to the front of your mat space. Squeeze your palms together. Bring your head and arms back. Touch your biceps to your ears. Inhale, breathing. Stretch up out of your waist. Try to touch the ceiling. Exhale, breathing. Absolutely straight lines. Slowly bend your body to the right. Without bending your elbows and knees, continuously push your hips to the left. Beyond your flexibility. You're trying to create a tremendous stretching feeling in the left side of your body, all over, inside out, bones to skin, fingers to toes. Just remember, it's the first posture of the day, and there's no rush. Know where you have to be, nothing you have to prove to yourself or to anyone else. All you have to do is breathe in and out through the nose. Keep the weight in your heels, press your hips a little forward, squeeze your palms together, upper body back, touch your biceps to your ears. Push your left hip a little forward to get your two hips in line. Now bring your right shoulder forward, open your chest like a flower petal blooming in late April. Come down, push, and push, and push. Change, inhale to come up, stop in the middle. Hips forward, arms back, stretch up, and slowly bend to the left as you press your hips to the right. Come down without bending elbows, without bending knees, and without gritting your jaw, right? Without gritting your teeth. If at any point you feel like you're holding your breath, you're making a menacing face, or you have to breathe through your mouth, that's a sign to slow down and do a little bit less. In yoga, less is more until one day less is less, and that's when you go deeper, right? But you're always going slow, working on both patience and determination. Keep the weight in your heels, hips forward, arms back. Right hip forward, left shoulder forward, come down, push, push, push. Change, inhale to come up, first back bend of the day. Take a deep breath, full lungs, keep your eyes open, relax your head back as far as it goes. You can give your head a gentle shake, look for the floor behind you, squeeze your butt, lift your chest, and immediately bring your arms back with your ears. Try to touch the wall behind you. So full spine back bending from coccyx to the neck, lower back, middle back, upper back. Bend your total spine backward bending. Keep the weight in your heels. Lock your legs, squeeze your butt, inhale, breathing, push stomach, thighs, hips, everything forward, and bring your arms back. Look back, fall back, way back, go back, more back, good, change. Inhale to come up, stretch up. Exhale, bend your knees, go down. Hands to the floor, drop your head, go for a walk, move your hips, shake your head. This is a U-turn from back bending to forward folding. At the beginning of class, your spine might not be quite warmed up yet. Move your hips to get your lower back nice, relaxed, comfortable, easy, flexible. Padasana, hands to feet pose, bend your knees halfway. You can grab the backs of your calves, your Achilles, or your heels from underneath. Step on all 10 fingers. Pull on your heels, bend your elbows back like you're trying to squeeze your elbows together. Touch stomach to thighs, chest to knees, let your head hang heavy. Eventually face touches the shins below the knees. Never force it. When you're ready, pull on your heels. Roll your weight into your toes. Lift your hips up to stretch your spine down. Pulling is the object of stretching, right? Lengthen the spine. Stomach slides down thighs, chest slides down knees, maybe face down through the shins. Eventually, tops of the head touch the tops of the toes. Change, come on up, biceps with ears, squeeze your palms together as you lift up. Very nice, arms down, and you stand a little taller, right? Think about creating space between your vertebrae. Second set, feet together, inhale, arms overhead, palms together, interlock your fingers, release your index fingers, cross your thumbs, switch to the less dominant grip, other thumb, pinky finger on top. Press your hips forward, lean your upper body back, stretch up tall, and slowly bend to the right as you press your hips to the left. Come down in a straight line as you breathe in and out through your nose. If at any point your practice feels like it's getting away from you, try exhaling for a little bit longer than you inhale. This is a nice way to soothe the central nervous system and soothe the body with the breath, even when you're in a posture. Keep the weight in your heels, hips forward, arms back, push your left hip a little forward, and then without moving your hips, bring your right shoulder forward so the chest is nice and open. Inhale, lengthen the arms, slowly exhale, come down, push, push, push. Change, inhale to come up, hips forward, arms back, stretch up, and slowly bend to the left as you press your hips to the right. Notice if the wrists or elbows are bending. Squeeze your palms together, straighten the wrists, and then lengthen your arms, drop your shoulders, squeeze biceps into ears. Notice if knees are bending, lock your legs, weight in the heels, hips forward, arms back. Push your right hip a little forward, 2 hips in line, left shoulder forward, open your chest like a flower petal blooming. Come down, push, push, push. Change, inhale to come up. Second heart opener, deep breath, full lungs. Keep your eyes open. Squeeze your palms together and relax your head back as far as it goes. Squeeze your tush, lift your chest, and bring your arms back with your ears. Again, notice if the legs or the arms start to bend. You want to create super strong arms and legs here so that it's the spine doing the work. Keep the weight in your heels, press your hips forward, push your hands away from your face. Really try to touch the wall, then the floor behind you. Bring your arms back, look back, fall back, way back, go back, more back. Change, inhale to come up, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Arms and ears, hands to the floor. Drop your head, go for another walk. Move your hips, shake your head. Notice what feels different in the second set and what feels the same, right? You're going to use what you learned in the first set. You're going to use being connected to your body to inform your practice. Second set, hands to feet pose, bend your knees halfway. Grab the backs of your legs or your heels from underneath. Pull on your heels. Roll your weight into your toes and lift your hips up. Stretch your upper body down. So notice that the elbows are going out and the shoulders are lifting up. You want to bring the elbows back and then lift the shoulders away from the ears towards the ceiling. Pull on your heels. Roll your weight into your toes, lift your hips up, push your knees back, try to lock your legs. Good, release the grip on the feet or the legs, hands together, arms to ears, change, come up with a flat back. Very nice, arms down, and you stand a little taller. Awkward Utkatasana, step your right foot to the right about 6 inches, hip width distance, insides of your feet perfectly parallel, like 11s, arms up, parallel to the floor, tricep muscles tight, nothing loose or hanging. All 5 fingers together, thumb with your index finger, suck your stomach in, bend your knees, sit back and down into a chair. Feet flat position, spine straight to begin with, 100% of your body weight in your heels. Sit down halfway only, hips into a chair. Suck your stomach in and lean your upper body back, depression to abdominal wall, contraction to abdominal muscles, suck it in, hold it in tight. Bring the weight back into your heels, bring your heels back, shins back, knees back. Now lift your chin up. Chest up, lean back, fall back, way back, change. Inhale to come up, keep your arms there. Press your hips a little forward, spread your toes wide. Now come up maximum on your tippy toes like a ballerina. Concentrate, meditate, focus one point in front of you. Don't even blink your eyes. Lift your heels, stretch up, bend your knees, and sit down. Lean back. Notice if your knees are going way out or way in. You want your knees pointing forward. Press your big toes down, spiral inner thighs back, heels up. Knees up, sit down into a chair, but don't sit below a chair. Change, inhale to come up. Last part, still breathing. Squeeze your knees together. Keep the insides of your feet parallel, toes point forward. Let your heels come a little off the floor and slowly sit down. Take your time. Listen to your body. Stop when there's a half-inch gap between your hips and your heels. Squeeze your knees together and forward. Thighs parallel to the floor, arms parallel to the thighs. Spine perfectly straight from the side. Looks like you're holding a box. Good, change, slowly come up, knees together. Okay, heels down, right foot back, arms down, shoulders down, take a breath. Go again, step your right foot to the right, hip width distance, insides of your feet parallel, arms up parallel, fingertips tight, triceps tight, right, fingertips active. So really use your arm strength here, abdomen in, bend your knees, sit back and down. Also notice if your knees want to go way out or way in, we want to keep the knees and toes pointing forward. So toes, heels, knees, hips, everything hip width distance. Sit a little bit lower, breathe a little slower, abdomen in. Lift your chin up, chest up. Change, inhale to come up. Keep your arms there. Press your hips a little forward. Lift your heels. I'm going to show you from the side. Lift your heels all the way up. Stretch up first. Bend your knees, sit down. So notice if you're sticking your butt out, you want to tilt your hips forward, tuck your tailbone under. Try to eliminate the curvature in your lower back. If your heels a little higher, knees a little higher, and back into the chair, but don't sit below a chair. Change, inhale to come up. Last part, still breathing. Squeeze your knees together. Let your heels come a little off the floor and slowly sit down. Take your time. Slower you do, better you do. Stop when there's still a gap between your hips and heels. So stay nice and lifted. Squeeze knees together. Keep triceps tight, shoulders soft, jaw relaxed, eyes open, abdomen in, and change. Slowly come up. Good. Heels down, right foot back, arms down. Eagle pose, Garasana. Look at your arms. Identify which arm is right, which arm is left. Don't mix them up. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, swing your right arm under your left arm, right under left, palms together, thumbs towards your nose, pinkies away from your face. So eventually hands in prayer with thumbs towards the face. You can also interlock fingers, grab a thumb or grab your shoulders and give yourself a big bear hug. Pull your elbows down, bend your knees, sit back and down, stay down there, and bring your right leg over your left leg as high as possible. Right leg over left leg, cross twist, and eventually wrap your right foot behind your left calf muscle. So one day, all 5 toes are visible. If your foot is coming out, sit down more. If you're losing your balance, arch your upper body back. Bring your knees to the right, upper body to the left, twist like ropes. Bring the weight back into your heel, sit back and down, in your upper body back at the end. Good, change, feet together, arms over your head, left side. Swing your left arm, under right arm, left under right, palms together, thumbs towards your nose, pinkies towards the wall in front of you, pull elbows down, sit back and down, keep your hips down low, lean back, and bring your left leg over your right leg. Left over right, cross twist, eventually wrap your foot. This side might look or feel a lot different, and that's okay. We're not symmetrical, right? We're not butterflies, we're perfectly imperfect. More like snowflakes, everybody's perfectly different. Bring your knees a little to the left. I got so excited about snowflakes, I fell out, knees to the left, upper body to the right. Bring the weight back into your heel, sit back and down, in your upper body back. Good, change, feet together, arms over your head, second set. Bring your right arm under your left arm, palms together. See if you can get the fingertips in line and the wrists straight, and the hands in the center line of your body, and the left shoulder down, right? Lots of work going on with the wrists, shoulders, elbows. Pull elbows down, sit back and down, stay down there, and bring right leg over left leg. So we're decompressing all the major joints in the body, deltoid, scapula, elbows, wrists, hips, knees, and ankles, 7 on each side. Think about bringing right knee to right and left knee to left, right elbow to right and left elbow to left. Feel deep compression running down the center line of your body among all your major joints. Change, feet together, arms over your head, last one. Bring your left arm under your right arm, thumbs towards your nose, pull elbows down, sit back and down, stay down there, and bring your left leg over your right leg. Left over right, cross twist, and breathe smooth in and out through your nose. Knees a little to the left, upper body to the right. You want wrists over elbows, elbows over knees, knees over ankles. Bring the weight back into your heel, sit back and down, breathe a little slower, abdomen in, arch your upper body back at the end. Good, change, feet together, arms over your head, arms down. Party time, you can grab a sip of water if you want. I'm having iced tea, cheers. Okay, let's do it. Standing, head to knee, Dandayamana, Janu Sharasana. Shift your weight to your left leg, so your big toe points forward, inside of your foot runs parallel to your mat. Lift your right leg up and point your toes, flex your toes, keep your toes flexed back. Option to stay here, or as you're ready, round down and eventually pick up your right foot, all 10 fingers interlocked, webbing to webbing grip. From start to finish, standing legs should be solid, concrete, one piece, lamp post, unbroken. You have no knee if you've been coming for a while, all of you have, and you know your left leg is locked, no bend, no wobble. Inhale, breathe in, slowly, gently lift your right leg up. Stretch it forward until your right leg is exactly parallel to the floor. No higher, no lower, standing leg locked. Take a deep breath. And on the exhale, press your heel forward, flex all 5 toes back towards your face from the ankle. You're training your Achilles to stretch. If both legs lock and the side legs make a 90-degree angle, an upside down L like Linda, puff up your chest and bend your elbows down. Touch elbows to calf muscles. One day, elbows go below the calf muscles. Lock your knee, lock your knee, lock your knee. Change. Slowly reverse out. I'm going to show you this one from the side. Shift your weight to your right leg. Evenly distribute your body weight on your right foot without grabbing the floor with your toes. Lift your left leg up and point your toes. Flex your toes. Keep your toes flexed back. Option to stay here, or as you're ready, start to round down. And if it helps, you can lift your knee higher into your chest. That helps you pick up your left foot. All 10 fingers interlocked. Make sure your thumbs are crossed under your foot rather than on top of your foot. Lift your inner thigh, outer thigh. Lift the kneecap, squeeze your glute. You want to use all the muscles in the standing leg to keep the bones and joints stable. When you're ready, inhale, breathing slowly, gently. Lift your left leg up. I think one of the biggest misconceptions about this posture is that it goes fast. And in the 15-minute version, we do go fast, but it's in the dialogue. Slowly, gently lift your left leg up. Press your heel forward, flex all 5 toes, especially your pinky toe back towards your face from the ankle. Your standing leg is bending a lot. Think about lifting your hips up. So your knee is over your ankle rather than your big toe. If both legs lock, you feel tremendous stretching feeling on the backs of both legs. Start to bend elbows down. Touch elbows to calf muscles. One day, elbows go below the calf muscles. Lock your knee, lock your knee, lock your knee. Change. Slowly reverse out. You can put your hands on your back and do a little back bend. Or knee bend. Okay, second set. Shift your weight to your left leg. I'm feeling this posture today. Lock your left leg and lift your right leg up. Flex your toes back, squeeze your left glute, round down, and pick up your right foot. All 10 fingers interlocked, webbing to webbing grip. Concentrate, meditate. Don't forget to have fun. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Keep kicking, keep stretching, keep breathing. With both legs locked, bend elbows down. Elbows go below calf muscles. Slowly tuck your chin to your chest. Put your forehead on your knee. Hold for 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take your time as you reverse out, change. Last one, shift your weight to your right leg, contract inner thigh, outer thigh, glute. Lift your kneecap, lock your leg, lift your left leg up, flex your toes back, round down. This is the beginning of the cardiovascular part of class. The more we bring our heart towards the floor, while standing, while balancing, the more the heart rate picks up. When you're ready, lift your left leg up. If both legs lock, bend elbows down. Elbows go below calf muscles. Slowly tuck your chin to your chest. Put your forehead on your knee. Hold wherever you are. Breathe through your nose. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. And change. Take your time as you reverse down. Good for you. Standing bow pulling pose. Dandayamana, Dhanurasana. Feet together. Bring your right hand up. Elbow touches the body. Palm faces the ceiling. Bring your hand out to the right. Give yourself a high five for practicing yoga today. Yes, happy Saturday. Reach back without turning or twisting your wrist. Pick up the inside of your right foot at the ankle bone. Thumb with your index finger. Bring your left arm up. Right hip forward. Knees together. Lock your left leg. Point your right toes. Take a breath. Stretch up. And slowly charge your body forward. Simultaneously kick your right leg back and up. Take your time. Slowly bring the body down and the leg up. See the foot come directly over the top of your head. So from the side, 2 heels in line. Kick back and up. In other words, 2 shoulders in line. Touch your chin to your shoulder, shoulder blade, scapula, stretching away from the body. Kicking and stretching should be equal, simultaneous, 50-50. The harder you kick, you can balance forever. Body down more, leg up more, kick, kick, kick. Good, change. Slowly kick yourself up, feet together, arms down. So as I demonstrated there, sometimes just the setup is enough of the stretch. Again, Make sure that you're challenging yourself, but if something is like, ooh, this is intense, you can always ease up. And even a setup of a posture is intended to get you a nice stretch. Also working on balance. Shift your weight to your right foot. Bring your left hand up, out to the left. Reach back without turning or twisting your wrist. Pick up the inside of your left foot at the ankle bone. Thumb with your index finger. Bring your right arm up. Left hip forward, thighs together. Lift your right kneecap. Point your left toes. Lift your chin. Take a breath. Stretch up. And slowly charge your body forward. Simultaneously, kick your left leg back and up. Especially in the first set, focus on the kick. The harder you kick, you can balance forever. You're kicking in two directions. You're kicking back and you're kicking up. If you always fall forward, kick back more. If you always fall back, stretch forward more. If you fall to one side, it's maybe like something in the alignment of the shoulders and hips, right? You're trying to keep the hips even, so it's the shoulders that are stretching apart. Lift your right kneecap, point your left toes, relax your jaw, and when you're ready, come down. Body down more, leg up more, kick, kick, kick. Good, change, kick yourself up. Feet together, arms down. Try and find a moment of stillness and breath. Good for you. Second set, bring your right hand up. I'm going to show you an angle out to the right. Reach back without turning or twisting your wrist. Pick up the inside of your right foot at the ankle. Left arm up. Right hip forward, knees together. So you can see I'm already bending my back here, right? Lock your left leg. Point your right toes. Take a breath. Stretch up. And kick into your hand as hard as you can to get the back bend. When you can't kick anymore, slide the left shoulder forward and one day come down, parallel to the floor. Body down to parallel, big toe to the ceiling. Lock your left leg, point your right toes. Body down more, leg up more, kick, kick, kick. Good, change, kick yourself up. Last one, bring your left hand up, out to the left, reach back, shift your weight to your right foot, and lift your left leg. Grab the left foot from the inside. Right arm up, left hip forward. Take a moment here, just get your bearings. Make sure that you're evenly distributing your body weight on your right foot without grabbing the floor with your toes. Lock your right leg, point your left toes, take a breath, stretch up, and slowly kick, stretch, and breathe. Kick into your hand, stretch forward, breathe. This is standing bow pulling pose. A bow like an archery. Some people say the right arm makes the arrow piercing the air. Left arm and leg make the bow that you're drawing taut. Iyengar takes it a step further. He says body is the bow, posture is the arrow, but the target is the soul. So it doesn't really matter how deep you go, but it matters deeply that you can sit with yourself and truly enjoy your own company. Body down, leg up, kick, kick, kick. Good, change, kick yourself up. Good, come to the back of your mat, Trikanasana balancing stick. This next posture is only 10 seconds, yay! You have to make up your mind to use 100% of your strength in half a second. If you're late, it's over. Sometimes it's okay for it to be over, right? Feet together, inhale, arms overhead, palms together, interlock fingers, release index fingers, cross thumbs, and lean back. Step your right foot forward, shift your weight to your right foot, stretch up, point your left toes, and when you're ready, come down like a slow moving seesaw. One day, arms, body, head, legs, everything parallel to the floor. Squeeze your palms together, straighten your wrists and elbows. Body down more, leg up more. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Change, very nice. Left foot down, right foot back, lean back, lift your chest. Step your left foot forward, get your bearings, bring your weight to your left foot, stretch up and tilt. Move like a slow moving seesaw. Abdomen in, arms with ears. So push your biceps into your ears, squeeze your palms together, push the pads of your fingers into the backs of your hands, body down, lift your right leg up, stretch, 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 change. Right foot down, left foot back, arms down, hold still, take a breath. I think this is the hardest part in the yoga practice, the stillness. Stillness in between postures, stillness in postures. Second set, arms overhead, palms together, interlock fingers, release index fingers, cross thumbs. Step your right foot forward, shift your weight to your right foot, stretch up, and tilt, come down. So remember, this style of yoga is created so that even if you do a millimeter in the posture, you get the results, right? One day parallel to the floor. Doesn't have to be today. Lengthen both legs, lengthen both arms, stretch, 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 change. left foot down, right foot back. Last one, here we go. Step your left foot forward, stretch up, point your right toes and tilt. Slowly come down. Arms with the ears, bring your right hip down, right foot to the right, right big toe up, right pinky toe down, stretch, 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 change. Right foot down, left foot back, arms down. Enough of that. We're next going to do the separate leg series. You're welcome to come to the top of your mat and turn to the long side of your mat so that both of your feet remain on your mat space. I will face you. We begin with standing, separate leg stretching. Dandayamana Vihattapada Paschimottanasana. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, step your right foot to the right, big step. 4 feet minimum, arms down parallel to the floor. You can turn your toes in. That helps to rotate the pelvis. Or you can point the toes forward so the hips stay neutral. Lock your legs, lift your chest, and swan dive forward. Wrists in line with the shoulders, arms out to the side, all the way down. Grab your heels from behind, and keep in mind that in this posture, and really in all of the postures, there's a lot of room to play. You can play around with taking a bigger or a smaller step. If you can't grab your heels, try grabbing the outsides of your feet, your pinky toes. You can also start with your hands on the floor in front of you, especially if you have tight knees or hamstrings. Everybody roll forward, lift your hips up, push your knees back, lock your legs. First the leg stretching, then the hip stretching, lower spine stretching, whole spine stretching, full body stretching, 3, 60-degree angle stretching, coccyx to toes, coccyx to forehead, touch your forehead to the floor in between your feet. If your forehead's not yet touching the floor, take a bigger step, roll forward, hips up, whole stretch, lengthen, good, and change, slowly come up, take your time, step your right foot back, arms over your head, and arms down. I was talking with a friend recently who was like, I had no idea that I had long legs and a short torso until I started doing yoga. And I said, same, I had no idea I had a long torso until I started doing yoga. And now there's like a picture in my family's house of me as a toddler at the beach in like a bikini. And even as like a 3-year-old, I'm like, wow, long torso, right? All spine, no legs. Same thing today. If you have a long spine, it might be easy to touch your head to the floor. If you have long legs, your head might never touch the floor. That's okay. Make sure that you're never taking so wide of a step that you lose control of your legs. You want to feel the stretch in the hamstrings, not the inner thighs. So just keep that in mind. It is possible to take too big of a step, especially my long-legged friends. I'm so jealous of you. Think more about stretching the hamstrings as you lift the hips up. Second set, arms over your head sideways. Step your right foot to the right, big step. Lock your legs, lift your chest, and swan dive forward. So if your forehead touched the floor in your first set, maybe you take a smaller step. If your forehead didn't touch the floor, or you had trouble lengthening, locking your legs, maybe play around with your step. Again, sometimes a bigger step helps, but sometimes a smaller step actually helps you get the stretch on the hamstrings and control of the quadriceps. If you can grab your heels, bend your elbows back. Think elbows to calves. Lift your shoulders, shoulders to ceiling, belly button in, stomach in. Everybody roll forward, find your edge, lift your hips up, push your knees back, keep pulling, keep stretching, touch your head to the floor. When your head's like an inch away from the floor, just drop. So head touches the floor in between the feet. Very nice, change, slowly come up, take your time. Lovely, step your right foot back, arms over your head, float your arms down. Okay, next we do triangle, Trikanasana. This is a hip opener, a chest shoulder opener. It's also really good for strengthening all of the muscles in the legs, the arms, the abdomen. This is our like master, it's called master posture of the standing series, right? This is the summative class. Triangle, inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, step your right foot to the right, big step. 4 feet minimum, arms down parallel to the floor. Press your hips forward, lean your upper body back, turn your right foot out, left toes in. Bend your right leg and lunge. You want your knee directly over your ankle. If your knee is going to the left of your ankle, try to press the right knee back, right knee over the ankle, sit as low as you can. Lean back, keep your spine straight in the middle, and move your arms at the same time. Right elbow in front of the knee. If you, like me, cannot sit down all the way today, like your thigh is not parallel, maybe just have the hand, wrist, or forearm in front of the knee. The goal here is to get a nice stretch to the left side body and a toning sensation to the right side body. So if you're collapsing down, it's like an overstretch, but if you're all the way lifted up, right, there's no strength happening. So you want to find this nice 45-degree angle from your ankle to the crown of your head. Look up towards the ceiling, touch your chin to your shoulder, make sure you're still breathing. Push your left hip forward and down. Push your right knee back with the help of your elbow. Now turn. Twist upper body back, like spine twisting posture at the end of class. Lock your left leg, your left foot flat on the floor. Change. Rotate your arms. Straighten your right leg. Right toes in. Left toes out. Make sure your heels are in line, not crisscross. Inhale, bend your left leg and lunge. You can always play around with taking a bigger or smaller step, or maybe moving your right hip forward if it helps you to sit down. Lean back and move your arms. Again, you want a toning sensation on the left side body and a stretch, a diagonal angle from the ankle to the crown of your head, eventually elbow in front of the knee, but you're never touching the floor. Don't push any weight on the floor. Look up towards the ceiling, touch your chin to your shoulder, still breathing through the nose. Drop your right thigh down, lift your left shoulder up, look up, turn, twist, sit down more, chest up more. Lift your right kneecap, push your right knee back, lock your right leg, keep your whole right foot, even the pinky toe flat on the floor. Change. Rotate your arms, straighten your left leg, left toes in, right foot back, arms over your head, and arms down. Take a breath. Go again, arms overhead, sideways. Step your right foot to the right, a big step. Press your hips forward, lean your body back, turn your right foot out, maybe left toes in a little bit, bend your right leg and lunge. And maybe you sit a little deeper in the second set, or maybe not. Sit down low, lean back, and move your arms at the same time. Elbow in front of the knee, aim your fingertips towards your big and second toe rather than your heel. Look up towards the ceiling, touch your chin to your shoulder. Look for your left thumb, make sure all 5 fingers together, thumbs with your index fingers, triceps tight, use your arm strength. Reach your left arm up, stretch your right arm down, sit down more, chest up more, turn, twist upper body back, lock your left leg, keep your left foot flat on the floor. Change. Rotate your arms, press the right heel into the floor, right toes in, left toes out, other side, 2 heels in line. Inhale, bend your left leg, lunge. Sit as low as you can. Keep that right leg super strong the whole time. Bend your knee, lean back, and move your arms, elbow in front of the knee, right arm up to the ceiling. Look up towards the ceiling, stretch up. If you feel like your feet are sliding apart, imagine you're going to squeeze your heels back together. Feet stay in place, but that's the inner thigh strength we want to engage. So we're both engaging the inner thighs and opening the hips at the same time. How cool is that? Same thing with the arms. We're strengthening the arms and opening the chest at the same time. Turn, twist, lock your right leg, keep your right foot flat on the floor. Change, rotate your arms, straighten your left leg, left toes in, right foot back, arms over your head, arms down. Take a breath. Going downhill, standing, separate leg, head to knee. Dandayamana, Vipattapada, Janu, Sharasana. Inhale, arms overhead. Sideways, palms together, only thrust, thumbs crossed. Exhale, step your right foot to the right, 3 to 4 feet. Pivot on your heels to one side of the room. Turn your back toes in. Press your left hip forward, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. 2 hips in line, 2 heels in line. Backside foot makes a 45-degree angle. Tuck your chin to your chest, and you go down. Chin to chest, abdomen in. I feel it. Touch your forehead and knee together. If your forehead and knee aren't touching, you can try taking a bigger step or a smaller step, right? There's room to play. You can bend your front leg, just keep the left leg locked. You can really push your fingertips into the floor, around your spine, chin to chest. Eventually forehead and knee touch, but you're never forcing your body, especially if you have a history of slip disc. Ease up, you can kind of flatten out your back, right? Eventually you're gonna round the spine to compress the front of the body, but again, never forcing. You want it to feel good, even if it's a little challenging. Push your forehead into your knee, lock both legs, hands together. Change, slowly uncurl. Both legs are locked as you come up, head up, last. Good. Pivot on your heels to the other side of the room. Uncross your heels. Make sure you still have at least a yardstick between your feet. Turn your back toes in. Push your right hip forward, forward, forward. Stretch up. Tuck your chin to your chest and go down. Arms with ears. Chin to chest. Stomach in. Bend your front leg if you need to. Touch your knee and head together. So eventually both legs will be locked, right? But keep in mind, you also want to have the hips in line. So sometimes I'll see people where both legs are locked, but like one hip is way higher than the other. You're going to move the right hip forward and the left hip back so that your hips are even. And then tuck your chin to your chest, put your forehead on your knee, front side compression, throat choke, jaw relaxed, eyes open, stomach in, breathing normal. Push your forehead into your knee, lock both legs, hands come up, arms with ears, strong arms, strong legs, head up, flat. Good. Pivot on your heels, step your right foot back, float your arms down. Take a breath. Second set, arms overhead, palms together. Cross your thumbs, maybe other thumb on top. Go crazy, it's the weekend. Step your right foot to the right, 3 to 4 feet. A generous step, be generous with yourself. Pivot on your heels, turn your back toes in. Press your left hip forward, right rib cage back, abdomen in, stretch up tall. Tuck your chin to your chest and go down. So on days that your body might not work the way that you want it to work, or look the way you want it to look, or postures don't feel the way you want them to feel, it can be easy to get caught up in like, what's not happening for me? Instead, notice what is happening, right? So even if you can't round the spine as much as you'd like today, notice how your back leg is super strong, right? Notice how you're balancing, almost like you're on a balance beam or a tightrope. Of course, you're on a mat, you can have your hands on the floor, but you are working on balance, you're working on control, you're working on toning the legs, toning the abdomen, one big forehead and knee touch. Push your forehead into your knee, lock both legs, hands together, change. Imagine you're dragging your forehead up your thigh, your chest, head up last. Good, pivot on your heels. I'm gonna show you from the front. So make sure your heels are in line, but not crisscross, because right, we're not on a tightrope, we're on a yoga mat. So it'll be a little bit easier if heels are in a line, but not crisscross. Turn your back toes in, press your right hip forward, palms together, stretch up and go down slow. So right hip forward, try to squeeze our thighs together, right hip forward, chin to chest, balance down, keep hands together, bend your front leg, touch knee and head together, make sure wrists straight, hands together, arms straight, biceps to the ears, look back towards your right thigh, see your right thigh lifting, engaging. This is what we mean by a locked leg, quadricep muscle strong. Now push your forehead into your knee, lift both kneecaps, lock both legs, hands together, change, come up slow. Take your time, right hip forward, right shoulder forward, full stop at the top. Beautiful. Pivot on your heels, step your right foot back, arms down. Come to the middle of your mat for tree pose and then toe stand. This is the hip opening series. These next two postures help us with balance. They're great hip openers and they're training our body one side at a time to eventually sit in lotus pose. Shift your weight to your left leg, walk your left leg and lift your right leg up. At first, maybe your foot is crossed on top of your shin, your knee, your thigh. Eventually hold on to your foot from underneath, touch your heel to your costume, your groin, sole of foot flat to ceiling. Slowly, gently let your right knee drop down and back into a half lotus shape. Never force your body. Bring your right hand up to the center of your chest. And if you can balance, left hand. Notice if the elbows are going out and the shoulders are tensing up. Drop the elbows down, drop the shoulders down, and then stretch the crown of your head up to the ceiling. Press your right hip forward, right knee down. Good, release, change, right leg down, shift your weight to your right leg. Evenly distribute your body weight on your right foot without grabbing the floor of your toes. Lift your left leg up, touch your heel to costume, slowly, gently. Let your left knee drop down and back into a half lotus shape. Never force your body. Left hand up to the center of your chest, and if you can balance, right hand. Press your hips forward, bring the left knee down. Notice if one shoulder or hip is higher than the other, you're trying to even out the hips and shoulders. Hips forward, abdomen in, chest up. Take an inhale through your nose. And then even slower exhale through your nose. Good, and release, change, left leg down. You're welcome to do a second set of tree. You can also try another fun posture called toe stand, Padangusthasana. Pick a spot on the floor, 4 feet in front of you. Don't move your eyes, it helps with balance. Lock your left leg and lift your right leg up. Now, sometimes just looking to the floor is enough, right? Where your eyes go, body knows to follow, you're setting that intention. You're ready, you can bring your hands together and start to fold forward. And sometimes just folding forward a little bit is enough. You're just playing around. Eventually, fingertips touch the floor. Walk your hands forward, lean forward, lift your heel, bend your knee and sit down. Walk your hands back to either sides of your hips and breathe through your nose. Left hand up to the center of your chest. Right hand up, palms together. Elbows down, spine straight. Come a half inch off your heel. When you're ready, place your hands on the floor. You can come up on 2 feet or push your fingers into the floor. Lift your hips up to straighten your standing leg. And then press your hips forward to reverse out. Very nice. Change right leg down, shift your weight to your right leg. lock your right leg and lift your left leg up. And I'm going to show you how to build this posture from the floor. So if you're on one leg and you have your toe stand, feel free to go into it at your own pace. If you never go into this posture because the folding forward is not for you, you can do it on the floor. So if you'd like, you can join me in tabletop position with your toes tucked under. You're going to start to lift your left knee and walk your left foot around. Try to place your left ankle on your right thigh. And from here, walk yourself back. And now you're in your toe stand. I'll show you from the front. You start in tabletop with your toes tucked under. Walk your left foot around. Place your left ankle shin on your right thigh. Walk your hands back. And now you're in toe stand. How cool is that? Okay, if you're in toe stand, 2 ways to come out of it. You can put your hands on the floor and put your feet on the floor and come up on 2 feet, or you can push your hands into the floor to lift your hips up and then press your hips forward, whoop, to reverse out. Good, change, left leg down, honor yourself, give yourself high five, fist bump, turn around, Savasana, head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat. On the floor for the rest of class. Okay, let's see here. Great, bring your heels together, let your toes fall open. Arms down by your sides, palms face the ceiling, eyes open, mouth closed, breathing normal. You can inhale through your nose, and then exhale through your nose. So I said a word earlier that I'm actually trying to get rid of in my vocabulary. I said triangle pose. This is the master posture in class. I'm trying to rid the word master from my vocabulary. If you watch HGTV, in the most recent seasons of House Hunters, when they show a house, rather than saying, this is the master bedroom, right, which has an implication of slavery that I'm not interested in, they say, this is the primary bedroom. So I figure if HGTV can do it, I can do it too, right? And I love, again, this yoga is like living, and how we describe things is living, and how we like interact with one another and refer to things is always constantly growing and changing. So that's just something I'm working on in my life, including when it spilled into yoga, like getting rid of the word master. And this has actually had a profound influence, impact on my yoga practice in general. I took like a Zoom class that was like, you're gonna roll your eyes. It was like self-care, but like without the empire values. And I too rolled my eyes as part of a greater self-care workshop. They talked about getting rid of empire values and self-care. And I was like, what's that about? Well, it's the idea of like, the idea of like, I'm gonna master this yoga posture, right? I'm gonna like, crush it, kill it, do the best. All of this stuff actually is like not helpful. And in yoga, there really is no such thing as like full mastery of a yoga posture, right? Because we're always changing and the depth of our postures are always changing. So you may have had this experience where you're like, you finally get into the posture and then your teacher's like, great, this is the next step, right? There's always a next step in this yoga. And so when we get rid of this notion of like mastering a yoga posture, then we get rid of like the need to prove something, and then the postures become in service to us, right? So rather than me practicing in order to make the posture look cool, I am using the postures to make me feel good, right? And that's the goal. It doesn't matter what a yoga posture looks like. It's certainly alignment matters, right? We want to make sure that we're protecting our joints, our muscles, all that stuff. But it doesn't really matter how deep you go or how pretty it looks, right? As long as it's making you feel good. Pavana Muktasana when you're moving close. So make it feel good. Bend your right leg up, interlock your 10 fingers, grab your right shin, nice tight white knuckle grip, pull your knee out to the right, down towards your shoulder, completely avoid your rib cage, keep your head on the floor. Look down the center line of your body, pull down extra hard, maximum pressure in your lower abdomen. Change, right leg down, bend your left leg up, pull your knee out and down, push the pads of your fingers into the backs of your hands to strengthen your grip. Pull down, toning the biceps, opening the shoulders and hips. Change, left leg down, both legs lift up, grab your elbows each other, give yourself a big hug for coming to class. If you can't grab your elbows, you can interlace your fingers, grab your wrists, your forearms, get as compact as possible. Squeeze your knees together and down, keep your feet in line, side by side, not crisscross. Head on the floor. Without lifting your head, tuck your chin in. Puff your chest up, press your shins into forearms, look down the center line of your body and pull. Eventually, or in the future, when the bone, joint, skeletal system has improved, the whole spine from coccyx to the neck will be flat on the floor. Change, arms down and eyes open, take a breath. Second set, bend your right leg up, interlock your fingers, maybe switch the grip, other thumb, pinky finger on top, pull your knee out to the right, down towards your shoulder, avoid your rib cage, head on the floor. If your left leg doesn't naturally touch the floor, you can flex your toes back towards your face. Otherwise, keep the left foot relaxed, and definitely everybody right foot relaxed. No tension there. Change, right leg down, left leg up, pull your knee out and down. We are purposely putting pressure on the lower abdominal walls. Posture is great for digestion. It's good for, again, strengthening the grip, toning the biceps, and some nice hip and shoulder opener. Change, left leg down, both legs up, grab your elbows, each other. Give yourself another big hug, maybe getting a little bit more compact in the second set, maybe not. Head on the floor, look down the center line of your body, breathe. Imagine that your shoulders and your hips are like the four corners in a rectangle. What would you have to do to get all four corners flat on the floor? Change, arms down, eyes open, take a breath. Next, we do a straight leg sit up. If you have any concerns about your back, you're welcome to skip the sit up. Roll off to the side and meet us on your abdomen. I'm actually going to skip the first sit up, but I'll walk you through it. Legs together, arms over your head, cross your thumbs. Take a breath, hold your breath. Stomach in, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Exhale, grab your big toes. Exhale, elbows to floor, forehead to knees, round your spine. Okay, turn, lie on your stomach. Unless you're pregnant, then you're going to do the pregnancy series. Otherwise, lie on your stomach for Cobra. Bhujangasana, the pregnancy version of this is fish pose. Bring your chin forward, hands flat on the floor, just below the shoulders, elbows point up towards the ceiling. Zip up your legs like a cobra's tail, toes and heels touch. Lock your legs, look up and lift. Stretch your upper body off the floor. Beautiful. Use 100% back strength. So nice. Come up halfway only. Just your belly button on the floor. The rest of your chest is in the air. Elbows stay bent and make an L, a 90-degree angle, like a rectangle. Roll your shoulders back and down. Bring the elbows down towards the hips. Stretch the big toes to the back of your mat. Lock your legs. Push your feet down. Squeeze your butt. Push your hips down. Press your hands down flat. Look up. Chin up. Chest up. Stretch up. Breathe up. Beautiful. Change slowly. Lower down. Look to your right. Left ear on your mat. Arms down. Palms face the ceiling. Toes together. Heels fall open. Take an inhale through your nose. And a slow exhale through your nose. I find that belly Savasana, or Savasana in general, just like breathing and using your ribs to expand and contract the back is a really nice way to stretch passively. Second set, Cobra. Chin forward, hands flat on the floor, just below the shoulders. Elbows point up. Make sure all 5 fingers together. Hands are flat, not cupping. Feet together. Lock your legs, look up, and lift. So think about lifting your knees up. For most of us, the feet and the hips stay down, right? But the kneecaps start to lift up. Like think about lifting the thighs up. So super strong legs and then strong arms and hands too. Push your hands into the floor. You're finding this sweet spot with the arms where you're not like relying on the arms to lift, but you're also not, hovering them above the floor. If you push your hands into the floor, you'll feel the arm muscles turn on, and it's a little bit actually better for starting to wake up the upper back muscle. So push the hands down, drop the shoulders down, lift your chest. Change, slowly lower down. Look to your left, right here on your mat, arms down, eyes open. Take an inhale through your nose, feel the backs of your ribs expand. Exhale through your nose, let your shoulders fall. Next is Lotus Shalabhasana. The pregnancy version is tabletop with opposite arm and leg. And you hear right and left. Okay. Otherwise, Lotus Shalabhasana, chin forward, arm straight position. Rotate your arms, palms face the floor. Bring your arms underneath you as best you can. Right, left, right, left. One day pinky fingers touch. Spread your fingers wide. Block your right leg. Point your right toes and lift your right leg up to a 45-degree angle, half of 90. See the foot come directly over the top of your head. Stretch your big toe back. Squeeze your butt. Block your right leg. Point your right toes. Lift your thigh up. Change right leg down. Relax right leg. Block left leg. Point left toes. And lift left leg up. Notice if you're pressing your wrists down. press your fingers down instead. Like press the knuckles down, palms down, pads of the hands, and then stretch your left big toe to the back wall, lift your thigh, change, left leg down, third part, tuck your chin and mouth down. So one leg is practice for two legs. Arms a little closer, knees, feet together, squeeze your butt, point your toes, lock your legs, and lift both legs up. I really don't want to do this posture, but I'm doing it anyway, so do it with me. Struggle a little harder, don't give up, right? We're working on that mental fortitude, that tenacity, that grit, also gentleness, compassion, all at the same time. Lock your legs, point your toes, lift your thighs up, change, slowly lower down, bring your arms out, look to the right, and take a breath. As you release the arms, you release the tourniquet effect, fresh blood rushing through the shoulders, the elbows, the wrists, all the way into the fingertips. Second set, bring your chin forward, arms straight position, rotate your arms, palms face the floor, bring your arms underneath you as best you can. One day pinky fingers touch, but hands never overlap. Think about pressing the shoulders down in the second set, right? So triceps tight, shoulder blades, scapula stretching apart. Lock your right leg, point your right toes, and lift your right leg up. This is really good practice for the hips and balancing stick without having to balance. So bring your right foot a little to the right, spiral your inner right thigh up, sole of the right foot flat to the ceiling. Change, right leg down, relax your right leg, lock your left leg, point your left toes, and lift your left leg up. So hip and forearm maintain contact. And when you lift both legs up, you're really going to press the hips and forearms together for leverage. For now, press hip into forearm, lift your leg, press shoulders down, change, left leg down. Third part, tuck your chin and mouth down. So a lot of this posture is just about finding a way to like tip forward. Mouth down, shoulders down, squeeze your butt, lock your legs, point your toes, and lift both legs up. Imagine you could tip all of your weight forward into the shoulders as you lift the legs up like a seesaw. Knees, feet together. It's so hard. Squeeze your butt, lock your legs, point your toes, tip forward, lift your thighs up. Good. Change, lower down, bring your arms out. Look to the left and let that one go. Take a nice, easy breath. Next is full locust Pranayama, and the pregnancy version of this is pigeon pose with the arms out. Nice hip opener, that feels good. Otherwise, bring your chin forward, arms out to the side, feet together, toes and heels touch. Squeeze your butt, lock your legs, point your toes, and lift everything up. Arms, body, head, legs, everything lifts off the floor like a 747. Taking off just your hip bones on the floor, the rest of your body's in the air. Look up towards the ceiling where your eyes go. Body knows to follow. Keep breathing, right? This posture is stretching the front of the body, opening through the chest and shoulders, and it's strengthening the whole back of the body, your calves, your hamstrings, your glutes, your spine. Lift your legs up, thighs up, chin up, chest up, look up, come up a little higher at the end. Good, change, slowly lower down, tuck in your wings, look to the right, and take a breath. Maybe towards the end, you get your chin a little closer to your shoulder. One day, whole left ear flat on the floor. Doesn't have to happen today or tomorrow. Second set, bring your chin forward, arms out to the side, feet together, toes and heels touch. Lock your legs, squeeze your buns, point your toes, look up, and lift. Everything lifts off the floor. Gorgeous. Stretch the arms apart, keep knees, feet together, keep breathing. Little sips of air in and out through the nose. Sometimes when we're on our stomach, right, we can't do like full belly breaths. That's okay. You're still giving oxygen to your muscles here, breathing in and out through the nose. Lock your legs, lift your thighs up, chin up, chest up, look up, come up a little higher at the end. Beauty, change, slowly lower down, tuck in your wings, look to the left. And this time, maybe pull right ear on your mat, maybe chin closer to shoulder. Never force your body. Garasana, floor bow. Bring your chin forward, bend your legs, grab your feet from the outside. And if you're pregnant, you can do bridge pose in the first set and wheel in the second. Otherwise, grabbing your feet from the outside. If you can't grab both feet, first set, grab one foot with one hand, opposite arm out in front. Second set, switch it out. Point your, I always feel like I'm swimming when I'm doing this. Point your toes, squeeze your butt, look up towards the ceiling, and start to kick into your hands. Continuously keep kicking without stopping, without intermission. It's the kick that drives the posture. Beautiful. Roll forward once, freeze between your ribs and hips, hold still. Do little sips of air in and out through your nose, right? So the same thing, we're engaging the gluteal muscles, the hamstrings, the calves. We're opening through the chest and shoulders and bending the whole spine. Make sure neck is in line with the rest of your spine so you're not dropping your head all the way down. You're also not jamming it all the way back. Knees in, feet out, wrist straight, look up, kick, kick, kick. Good, change, slowly lower down. Look to your right, left ear on your mat. Take a breath. Second set, bring your chin forward, bend your legs, grab your feet from the outside, 2 inches below the toes, thumbs with index fingers. Point your toes, squeeze your tush, look up toward the ceiling, and kick into your hands. Try to touch your big toes and your pinky toes to the ceiling. So for me, what I'm working on is bringing my knees back in line with my hips, right? Might be different for you. So notice if your feet are touching and your knees are apart. That's why I say knees in, feet out. But for some folks, the feet are wide enough, right? You just eventually want hips, knees, and ankles and wrists all in one line. So wrists straight, squeeze shoulders together, open through the chest, look up, get your thighs off the floor, kick, kick, kick. Good, change, lower down. Ooh, look to your left and let that one go. Take a breath. Okay, bring your chin forward, put your hands on the floor, push up, come to the top of your mat space for a fixed firm, sweep to Vajrasana. I'm going to show you the first set from the side. Open your knees, open your feet, starting tabletop position. From here, you're going to start to walk your hands back and sink your hips down. You can keep your hands in front of you, beside you, or behind you the whole time, eventually sitting down between your heels. Doesn't have to be today or tomorrow. Option to stay here, or when you're ready, put your hands on your feet. Right elbow down, stopping where you feel a point of pain. Left elbow down, please never come off the floor. If both elbows touch the floor, drop your head back. If your head touches the floor, tuck your chin in. Neck, shoulders on the floor, arms over your head. Grab your elbows each other and pull. Wherever you are is perfect. You want a gentle stretch, but never a point of pain. So again, especially in the full 90-minute version of this class, we are trying to find a little bit of stillness and breath in each and every posture. Breathing in, and breathing out. Good. Change. Put your hands on your feet. Push yourself up. Head up last. Very nice. Turn around. Savasana. Head to the front of your mat. Feet to the back of your mat. So you'll notice every posture ends in the word asana, right? Like this is Savasana. Like there's Pavanamuktasana, Utkatasana, right? They all end in asana. And in English, we usually translate asana to mean posture. But asana is actually a 3-part translation. So like the true translation of asana is posture, done in stillness with breath, right? So it's not just that you're like holding a posture, oh my gosh, take a picture for Instagram, right? It's like you do the posture, you hold it, and you breathe. That's where you receive the benefits. If you're not breathing or if you're like constantly in motion, it's more like gymnastics or acrobatics. And I like that stuff too. But yoga is a little bit different. The asanas are a little bit different, right? Posture is held in stillness with breath. I think there's some research that shows like the word asana is the same etymological root as like a stool that you would sit on in Sanskrit. So the idea, right, is that you were holding these postures so that you could sit on a stool and meditate, right? We're doing all of these postures in service to like our meditation, our self-actualization, God realization. Again, you're using the postures in service to like loving yourself more. It doesn't really matter how they look. You're always welcome to skip sit-ups by rolling off to the side. Otherwise, legs together, arms over your head. Take a breath, hold your breath. Stomach in, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Elbows to floor, forehead to knees. Good. Turn, come to the top of your mat. Second set, fixed firm. So if first set was rough, try opening your knees wider. If first set was a walk in the park, maybe knees together. As you're ready, you're going to walk your hands back and sink your hips down. Another tip, if you have big calf muscles, you can place your hands on your calves and roll out your calves, and then it might be a little bit easier to sit down. If you can sit between your heels and you're not in pain, put your palms on your soles. Right elbow down, left elbow down, drop your head back, head to floor, tuck your chin in, neck, shoulders on the floor, arms over your head, grab your elbows each other, and just hold and breathe. Good, change, put your hands on your feet, push yourself up, head up last, very nice, turn around, Savasana, head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat. As you release out of the posture, get a nice rush of blood through the hips, the thighs, the knees, all the way into the ankles and toes. I can feel it right now. It's pretty cool, right? Just play around with some blood circulation in class. Okay, legs together, arms over your head, flex your feet, squeeze your seat, sit up. Keep your heels on the floor. Good, okay, come to the back of your mat, half tortoise, Ardha Karmasana. I'm gonna show you from the side. If you're pregnant, you can open your knees. Otherwise, knees, feet together, arms overhead sideways, palms together. Cross your thumbs, stretch up, and go down. You're welcome to put one or both hands on the floor to lock yourself in. Otherwise, forehead to floor, little fingers to floor. Tilt your pinky fingers down, try to get elbows and wrists off the floor. Just the knife edges of the pinky fingers touch the floor. That's where the arms are in the air. Reach your arms forward, sink your hips down, stretch, stretch, stretch. Change, slowly come up. You can use your hands, push yourself up, or come up, arms to the ears. Nice, arms down, turn around, Savasana. Now something happens, certainly when you teach this style of yoga, but also I think as long-term practitioners, something happens where like in every posture, right, you know all the cues. So it's like, ooh, I could always do a little bit more, or I could always do this alignment adjustment or whatever, right? But then we don't find stillness. So again, it's that, I always get this saying wrong, but it's like, don't make perfect the enemy of good, right? Did I say that right? You know what I'm saying? Like, even if you could do that one more thing in a posture, sometimes it's better just to hold still and breathe. As long as you're not doing something like where the alignment is like really out of whack and you can hurt yourself, right? Otherwise, you just want to find a place where you can hold still and breathe. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good. And then sometimes you go a little deeper at the end, right? You're still looking for that moment of stillness, that breath. Knees, feet together, hips on your heels, arms up, palms together, cross your thumbs, other thumb on top, stretch up, and go down. Feet together, knees together, forehead to floor, little fingers to floor, palms together, wrists straight, reach your arms forward, sink your hips down, re-energize, reorganize, revitalize, stretch. Change, slowly come up. Very nice, arms down, turn around, Savasana. Letting everything stretch out and realign. Take a breath. Make sure you're finding stillness in your Savasanas, just like the other postures. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Heels on the floor. Good. Come to the top of your mat, camel, Schrotzer. I'm going to show you from the side. Stand on your knees, 6 inches between your knees and your feet. Place your hands on your lower back, thumbs outside, fingers down to the floor. I'm like talking about being still, and then I'm like, let me touch my face. Let me touch. Okay. Put your hands on your lower back, thumbs outside, fingers down to the floor. Push your hips forward. Keep your eyes open. Look up. Lift your nose. Lift your chin. One day head goes back. Option to stay here or go back halfway. Freeze in the middle. Option to stay here, or when you're ready, right hand down, grab your right heel, left hand down, grab your left heel, thumbs outside, fingers inside, full palm grip on your heels. Push your hips forward, lift your chest up, relax your head back. If you can't grab your heels, or if you have to lean way back to grab your heels, keep your hands on your lower back. Hips over knees, chest to the ceiling, look back, breathe. Change, put your hands on your back, press yourself up, head up last, very nice, turn around, Savasana, head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat, letting everything stretch out and realign. This is a wonderful opportunity just to observe Any thoughts, any feelings, or maybe even like a lack of thoughts or feelings, right? But we're just passively observing our own experience in our body as we breathe and move through time and space. Pretty cool opportunity, I think, to be both aware but non-judgmental at the same time is like, oh, such a gift. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good. Okay, come to the top of your mat. Second set. You can open your knees a little wider, 8 to 10 inches between your knees, still keep 6 inches between your feet. I always do this weird thing, like if you ever seen like a dog make their bed, that's like what I'm doing on my yoga mat here. Got to work out the knees. Okay, put your hands on your lower back, bring elbows closer together, push your hips forward, look up, lift your nose, lift your chin. One day hug goes back. Option to stay here or go back halfway, freeze in the middle. Option to stay here or when you're ready, right hand down, grab your right heel, left hand down, grab your left heel. Press your hips forward, lift your chest up, drop your head back, hold still, breathe. Good, and change. Put your hands on your back, press your hips forward, lift your head up last. Very nice. Turn around, Savasana. One of my favorite passages in the Bible, it just says, be still and know that I am God. And sometimes in my yoga practice, which is spiritual, but not, I would not call myself like a Christian yogi, right? I would call myself a Christian and a yogi. Anyways, in my yoga practice, I will shorten that passage to say, be still and know, right? And I found that so helpful. Just be still and know. And because that line is from the Old Testament, it was originally written in Hebrew, I've heard somebody say that actually another way to translate be still is unclench. And I love this as well. Unclench and know. Be still and know, right? This is an opportunity like to unclench, to be still, and just to know, right? Just to know that it's going to be okay. You're just trusting in your body, trusting in your breath, enjoying this moment. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good, come to the middle of your mat. There's a really great Instagram page called Christian Nightmares that are like the bad, embarrassing, cringeworthy Christian stuff. And there's this like Christian yoga segment from the 80s that they show. And I'm always like, somebody shoot me before I become that person. Okay, knees, feet together, hips on your heels. Grab your heels from the outside, thumbs outside, fingers inside. Please don't let me become that. Stretch up, tuck your chin to your chest, and go down, chin to chest, stomach in, forehead to knees. It's like these two women practicing yoga with like giant crosses in the back of their head. And like, oh dear God, forehead to knees, automatically top of head to floor, pull on your heels. Don't lose the grip, lift your hips up. If there's a gap between your knees and head, you walk your knees up one by one. That head stays in place. Squeeze your heels together, press your hips forward, lift your shoulders up, suck your stomach in, round your spine. Good, change, hips down, slowly uncurl, vertebra by vertebra, disc by disc. Head up last, very nice. Turn around, Savasana. I do actually teach like a 20-minute yoga class to my church on Tuesdays. And sometimes I'm like, it's all ages. And I'm like, I don't know, how are they going to get down with yogic philosophy? But, one thing I was explaining, some of you guys, right, have heard the term a mudra. Like the most famous mudra is like putting your index finger and thumb together, right? You see people like meditating like that. But I explained to them like a mudra translates to mean a gesture, right? So like hands at heart center is like, right, like prayer, right? It's a gesture. Same way with bringing your hands together in prayer or bringing your thumb and index finger together. It's just a gesture. And I love that that overlap there in all different traditions. Something about how we hold our hands can hold significant meaning, right? Like across traditions and cultures. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good. Kind of like how every culture has a version of like ravioli, a wonton. Like every culture across time is like, let's put something inside of baked gluten, right? Or rice or rice flour, whatever that is. But same thing. Every culture has like a mudra or a hand gesture. Stretch up, rabbit pose, tuck your chin to your chest and go down, chin to chest, stomach in, forehead to knees, automatically top of head to floor, pull on your heels, don't lose the grip, lift your hips up. If there's a gap between your knees and head, you can walk your knees up one by one, but head stays in place. Squeeze your heels together, press your hips forward, lift your shoulders up, suck your stomach in, round your spine. Good, change, hips down, slowly uncurl, head up last, very nice, turn around, Savasana. But when I was teaching mudras to my church community, I was like, I don't know if they're going to do this. And I looked and I was like, oh, that's nice. They're all doing it. How cool is that? So I love I love both that community and this community, which have some lovely overlap in them as well. But I love, I think that I like to surround myself with people with open minds. So thank you. I think that is like all of you. And I think so highly of all of you that are taking this class. So thank you for being here with me this Saturday morning, afternoon time. I really do just think the world of each of you. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good, come to the middle of your mat for Janu Schrotzer, head to knee pose. Right leg out, left leg in, two legs make an L, a 90-degree angle as in legs, L like legs. Inhale, arms overhead, stretch up. Exhale, turn to your right, tuck your chin to your chest, go down. You're welcome to bend your right leg. It helps you touch your forehead and knee together. Interlock your 10 fingers up to the webbing under the ball of your foot. Flex your toes back to your face. This is the way to strengthen the ankle and passively stretch the calf and Achilles. Bend elbows down, flex stomach in, left elbow down, left shoulder down, roll into the left. Good, change arms up, left leg out, right leg in, stretch up. Turn to your left, tuck your chin to your chest and go down. All 10 fingers interlace, flex your toes back. Bend your elbows down, stuff your stomach in. Bring your right sit bone down, right knee down, right shoulder down. So two shoulders, the hips are in line. Change arms up, both legs out in front of you. If you're skipping, sit up, stay here. Otherwise, lay down, let your spine realign and sit up. Paschimottanasana, stretching pose. I'm going to show you from the side. Bend your knees, hook onto your big toes with peace sign fingers, thumbs on top. Scoot your bones back, right, left. In head to knee pose. We rounded our spine, right, to touch the forehead and knee together. In this posture, stretching pose, almost think about like trying to hook your rib cage over your knees, like rather than rounding the back, you're gonna have a nice flat back. Knees can stay bent to help you keep a flat back. If your legs are straight, lock your legs, puff up your chest, and everybody fold forward. Stick your butt out a little bit. Stomach to thighs, pull, chest to knee, stretch, fold, breathe. Good, change, come on up, turn around, Savasana. Take a breath. Practicing stillness. Remember that stillness, like all parts of yoga, is a practice. If you're not good at it, me either. That's why I'm here, right? We're just practicing stillness. You don't have to be like a stillness savant. You just practice it every day. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good. Second set, right leg out, left leg in. There's no such thing as a yoga savant. Anytime you see somebody do something with stillness and alignment in yoga, they work hard for it. Right leg out, left leg in. Arms over your head, stretch up. Turn to your right, tuck your chin to your chest, go down. Eventually leg straight, eventually leg lock. So one day heel comes off the floor, one day elbows touch the floor. This is really nice practice for standing head to knee without having to balance. Feel it, what it feels like, have your forehead on your knee as you look towards your belly button. Change, arms up, left leg out, right leg in. Make sure you're not sitting on your right foot. You want your right sole of foot to press into inner left thigh. Stretch up, turn to your left, tuck your chin to your chest, and go down. Flex your toes back, especially your pinky toes. So notice if like the toes are turning in or out, you want to keep the hips square so that all 5 toes are flexing up towards the ceiling. Bend elbows down, flex stomach in, right sit bone down, right shoulder down, roll into the right. Good, change, arms up, both legs out in front of you. Option to stay here or lay down, let your spine realign, and sit up. Good. Second set, Paschimottanasana stretching. Bend your knees, hook onto your big toes with peace sign fingers, thumbs on top. Scoot your butt back, right, left, right, left. Notice if the knees are coming apart and the toes are turning in. Bring knees together, spiral inner thighs down, flex pinky toes back. If your legs are straight, stick your butt out, lock your legs, pump up your chest, and fold. Stomach to thighs, hold, chest to knees stretch. One day toes and head touch, hold, squeeze, breathe. And change, come on up, turn around, Savasana. Practicing stillness, take a breath. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good, come to the middle of your mat for Ardha Matsyendrasana, half Lord of the Fish pose, spine twist. Bend your left leg on the floor, touch your right heel to left knee. You're also welcome to have your left leg long in front of you. Right arm close behind you, left arm up and over. Grab your left knee with your left hand, heel and knee touch. If you're pregnant, you can sit crisscross applesauce. Take it easy on this spine twist, especially if you are in your first trimester. Inhale, stretch up, abdomen in. Exhale, look over right shoulder twist. You can keep your right hand behind you or take it off the floor, reach behind you. Try to grab your left thigh with your right hand for a half bind. Point your left toes, keep your right foot on the floor, left knee on the floor. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, look back, twist, twist, twist. Good, change, unwind, swap out your legs. I'm going to show you this side from the side. Bend your right leg on floor, touch left heel to right knee corner. You can also have your right leg long in front of you. Left arm behind you, right arm up and over. Grab a right knee with right hand, heel and knee touch. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, look over, left shoulder twist. You can keep your left hand behind you or reach behind you. Grab your right thigh with your left hand for the half bind. Evenly distribute your body weight on both sit bones. Point your right toes, right knee down, left big toe down. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, look over, left shoulder twist, twist, twist. Good, change, unwind, turn around, Savasana. Take a breath. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good. So you can think back to that sankalpa that you set at the beginning of class, your intention or your dedication, and you're just going to think about like blowing that out into the universe with Kapalabhati breathing. Sit knees, feet together, hips on your heels, hands on your thighs. If it hurts to sit on your feet, don't do it. Sit on your butt, crisscross applesauce. Eventually, try to sit on your feet. Lick your lips, swallow a couple times. Concentrate, meditate. Don't forget to have fun. We're breathing into our dedication, our intention. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lick your lips, swallow a couple times, sit up nice and tall. If you are sitting crisscross applesauce, switch so the other leg is on top, which is a really rude feeling, I know. Sit up nice and tall, fingers together, spine straight, arms straight, chest proud, shoulders down. Here we go. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good for you. Honor yourself. Give yourself a hug. High five. Pat on the back. I think it's 11:30 on the dot. Go team. Turn around. Final Savasana. Head to the front of your mat. Feet to the back of your mat. The rare class that ends right on time. I've been telling myself lately, like when I get stressed out about like the future and like, you know, all that stuff, I just go, you're right on time. Right? You're right on time. You're right where you're meant to be. Okay. Let your hands and feet be heavy. Let your neck and shoulders fall. You're just giving yourself permission to be still, to unclench and numb. Breathing in. Breathing out. And all is coming.